What's up, everybody? 5869 here with another episode of From Lane to Lane. This time we got a couple of European players here. It's going to be featuring Trixi over here on his Nature's Prophet alongside DityaRa, who's going to be up here on the Clink. So, you know, maybe some mid-tier pro European players in here. Everybody's favorite 4 ASC player, Trixi, and this is going to be fairly exciting here. It's somewhat of a short game, but they do have a couple of nice lineups. Both teams actually having a lot of ranged heroes. In fact, all 5 ranged heroes on the side of the Radiant, and that's going to be a lot of push pressure alongside of this Drow here, who is looking for her ward. Not going to be able to get it, as DityaRa does kind of push her out of the lane, but we'll just kind of have to see how this one's going to go. Excited to watch Trixi play this Prophet here, see how he plays it out. Not going to opt for these 7-second trees in base. Instead, just going to summon the double treants here to do a nice bit of scouting, and this is nice. This is nice for anybody looking to start to pick up Nature's Prophet. This is what you want to do early on. Scout out with these trees. If you get one right away and you send it out, you can perhaps see an offlaner trying to set up a ward. You can, see if they're smoked up, perhaps trying to come around you somewhere around the, the dire off lane, something like that. Maybe run into a hero, but it'll definitely be interesting to see how, Trixi makes use of these treants, and it looks like he is running to the mid lane. Is going to use his tree as well as his body to block up a little bit here, and looks like, is it going to be a mid lane Nature's Prophet here? I believe that is going to be the call. Unfortunately, going to miss the block on that range creep, but going to be able to block up the melee creeps here, and he's going to be pretty happy with that one, as he's probably going to be jungling here. Just going to be giving the block over here to the TA, who is going to finish it up alongside the Windrunner and get a much more favorable block here, as the Dire really trying to chase down the Drow Ranger. It looks like, are they going to be able to get the kill? They've got the Nightmare, not going to be enough though, and Google Me going to have to turn around alongside 2K Trash and just run away here. They won't be able to get anything off that. So it will be the Null Talisman 2 Clarity build over here for Trixi, or 3 Clarity build, I guess you could say. The Nyx Assassin looks like he's just trying to be an annoyance here, and almost getting blocked out there. It's going to take up quite a bit of damage, and Trixi probably a little bit annoyed, but still going to be pretty happy with that one, I think, as Don't Write Bottle is going to be thrown way around the trees here so that they can't snipe it, but unbeknownst to them, they're just running away anyway, so not a big deal whatsoever. In the bot lane, it is going to be Queen of Pain up against the Razor. Both heroes going to do alright. I guess Razor probably going to have a little bit more of a difficult time, as Quap pretty good, but really Quap can't just jump up against the Razor after throwing out the dagger here. Is just going to get the Thunderstrike as well, so he's going to take quite a bit of damage from that Thunderstrike. Does manage to bring the pull back into the lane though, and that's really what Treasured Soul wanted to do there, is just grab this pull, run it back towards a more favorable position for the Queen of Pain herself. And it looks like 2K Trash does block up the pull camp there. I believe it was seen though, so probably not going to be all that effective, as they should be able to deward it fairly easily here. Trixi is going to summon the treants yet again and move back over towards the jungle. So a Drow off lane with Trixi in the jungle, and I imagine Drow just going to try and get whatever EXP she can, try to get that level 6 so that she can really give some heroes some nice bonus damage. Trixi with that bonus 5 damage, going to be happy with that while he's jungling himself here. And in the mid lane, Windrunner versus the TA. The TA should really be winning this lane out. The Windrunner doesn't really have any ways to eat through these refractions, at least not until she's got her ultimate, and even then, do you want to spend the ultimate just to get rid of some refractions here, as it looks like the Razor denied the Disruptor there, so a nice deny from the Razor, going to prevent the Disruptor from going down to the dagger there, and Razor's going to turn around and get first blood over here on the Queen of Pain, who bought back as well. A buyback from the Queen of Pain. Not sure why you'd want to do that. I guess she doesn't want to miss out on the XP. I guess it's not really all that bad, but she's going to be really far behind on any type of boots or anything here, which is going to be really important for her as well, especially if she doesn't have that blink. The Razor's just going to use the static link here and steal a little bit of damage. Only going to get 5 damage here, as he does put the 2 points into the plasma field instead, opting for the damage. 2K Trash could eat a Thunderstrike here and take quite a bit, as a lot of good games being thrown out from this bot lane. Nyx Assassin just going to tango up here, actually using his nice 3 base regen, as Nature's Prophet does move into the enemy jungle now, and Bane not going to see him, instead going to go for the rune here. And Trixi going to get his brown boots as well as a TP now, and we'll see if he's going to look to rotate. This is not what I expected to happen whatsoever here. It looks like mid lane there is going to be a gank here. Google Me. Is he going to start it off with the Nightmare? There it is. There is a creep wave coming up, though. They've got to be careful. She's got the refractions yet again. Google Me now getting a little bit low. Not going to be able to turn it around, though. No Meld Strike. 3 points into the refractions anyways. Does give her a nice bit of damage, but not going to be able to secure a kill at the very least. But really, normally you see the off lane Nature's Prophet here as well as the, the tri-lane with the Drow. I guess because they had the Razor, they're trying to do whatever they can, but the tri-lane with the Drow and +2 supports that are ranged, and you just TP in with the Nature's Prophet and all that bonus base damage from the Drow. The stun out over here on a Fervian's got to be a little bit careful. They are going to follow it up with the dagger. Maybe not. There's the Thunderstrike going to be thrown out here as well as the Glimpse back, and 2k Trash is going to go down. Razor going to secure himself another kill for a nice 200 gold. While Trixi does rotate to steal this top rune, and he will be able to do so up against the Windrunner here. They should know that Trixi is in the enemy jungle now, and these Treants actually holding the Mud Golems, and they don't aggro, so that's a nice trick. I've actually never seen that. They don't aggro, it seems, and they will now, but haven't seen that before, that these Mud Golems actually aggro the Treants up top here, instead of Trixi himself, who does manage to find himself another 452 gold. We'll see if it's going to be the double Null Talisman build, as it will be a dive behind the tower. Treasured Soul getting low now. Not going to be able to secure the kill. Google Me with the DD has a lot of damage here, but it's just going to be stolen now by the Razor, and it's not going to be enough for Google Me to stay alive. There's the Nightmare over here in a Fervian, and that's not going to mean anything, as he's just going to walk straight out of that one. 50 damage stolen by the Razor, and he's having a nice time in this bot lane. Very easy, 3-0. And this Quap going to be bullied out yet again. Courier going down somewhere as well, and what did it have on it? Didn't have anything on it, so it looked like probably just getting the bottle brought to mid lane. I believe Trixi probably the one who did manage to snipe that, and he decides to go for a Ring of Protection, so probably going to be looking for a Basilius here. Maybe get a little bit of push power, get that bonus armor and an AoE, give himself a little bit of damage, as well as the mana regen here, not going to hurt all that much whatsoever either. Top lane, Clinks and Drow. Drow actually getting a lot out of this, and this is really all she wants. Is she wants the level. She wants to hit that level 6, rotate up with all these range shields, and it looks like now the Razor might get caught out. They don't have the stun from 2k Trash. Just going to lead it with the dagger, and that's going to be about it. They cannot kill this Razor. He's just so strong. Got that 6 base armor. He's still got about 400 and some HP here. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Don't Right looks like he's getting a little bit of aggressive up against our Windrunner here, who does have an Observer Ward in the mid lane. Doesn't really want to get ganked out by anybody as Bane. Does start rotating towards this lane. Does have the Nightmare in about 20 gold, or excuse me, 20 mana here. And look at this, Don't Right being very efficient, stacking the Ancients. And look at this, 6 minutes in, she's going to be able to find the rune as well. So this is very efficient. A lot of people don't do this, and I'm unsure why, because it's essentially perfect timing for the first, I believe, 3 or 4 stacks at least. After that, it gets a little bit more difficult. As there it is, the TPM to DityaRa. Do we have the silence? There's the silence as well as the follow-up dust. DityaRa, though, can he through that? And is he going to go down? Looks like he should be able to get the way. Has the skeleton walk as well, and doesn't even need to spend it. Just going to walk out of that one. It's DityaRa. Dust just barely going to wear off now, and Trixi did see him right before that happened, though. We do have another Dust coming off cooldown in about 9 seconds, 8 seconds. Here we go. They got to be careful. Bane coming in from the backside now. It looks like they're going to go for the Drow Ranger. She is going to get the silence on a Google Me, though. Not going to be enough, though, and it looks like Trixi, maybe the next target here, not going to be able to block Google Me enough with the trees. Looks like maybe we'll be able to do so. Not going to be able to follow up with the damage. As 2k Trash showing up from behind now. Trixi, open your eyes. Stop with the body blocks. You got to be careful. The stun isn't going to be enough, as well as the searing arrows, and it looks like it won't be. DityaRa going to get blocked up now as well, and it looks like the mana drain is going to do quite a bit of damage there. Mana burn, excuse me. As a bot lane, they managed to find another kill on the Queen of Pain. The glimpse back, just so easy. She can try to blink away, but with that glimpse, it's going to be so simple to get the kill here. As Razor, having the time of his life, does go the Aquila Bracer build, and there's no way they can rotate off to kill this Razor. Nobody has nearly enough damage. Perhaps if you've got a Clinks with Medallion, but even then, he's nowhere near any of those items here. Does have the Tread Soul Ring, so not doing all that bad here, while mid lane, Don't Right is going to find himself an Invis Rune, and he does get seen by the Windrunner, and it doesn't even matter. He's just going to rotate over here to CS, because that's what he's been doing best right now. 49 up against the Clinks, who's actually 40 for 8, and look at that damage. Windrunner again really can't contest with that damage. Just dealing so much here, and it'll be interesting to see if this TA is going to look to steal this Ancient stack alongside Trixi. And by steal, of course, I mean take on her own, as we do have a nice bit of bonus damage now. 9 base damage increase here, the old style. Does use it as well to give the range creeps a little bit of bonus damage, and they're easy to eat through that. They're able to eat through that bot tower very easily here, as Trixi does go for the Basilius to help himself push a little bit. Windrunner is going to have to pop the Windrun after bottling a regen, though, so she's pretty alright with just using up some of her mana, as Don't Write finishing up the treads, as well as 1,300 gold on himself now, and that's a lot of gold for a very dangerous hero. They are going to use the trap. There's the Gleam's back now. Are they going to be able to get the kill? The kinetic field going to block them out. They do have the Thunder Strike as well. And Don't Write not going to continue to chase it. It looks like in the backside they're a little bit worried of the Nyx rotating up, as well as the Clinks with the Skeleton Walk. Looks like he wants to go on a Fervian, and it looks like they do see him perhaps. There's the Power Shot going to do a little bit more damage. They are going to throw out the kinetic field, but it doesn't matter. DityaRa's inside of it. He's going to be able to get the kill. Next, they're rotating over here onto Trixi. They've got the stun so close. They had the vision there, and now it looks like the Razor wants to show off a little bit of his farm, see what he can be able to do. Not going to be able to get anything off of it though, and it looks like top lane not even going to be able to get the Bane, who just TPs out right in front of Trixi, as well as the old style here. Not going to have enough damage, and does manage to find the level 6 now, and that's going to be a nice 20 damage increase. Going to be looking to finish up the Aquila, I imagine. Could be going for the treads though, since she does have about 750 gold. Going to give her a nice bit of attack speed as well as agility on top of that, so that's going to be nice for her as well. And it's going to be interesting to see what this Drow can complete here early on in order for their team to get a lot of damage. And look at this tower just melt to 2 heroes and a couple of treants. This is the good old Prophet here, split pushing out. And look at this, DityaRa looking for a kill in the jungle. Not going to be able to find anything. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, 2k Trash is going to get kinetic field. Not going to be able to get anything off it, as the Nightmare going to be just barely off mark there. Don't have the high ground vision, I believe, as they did back up a little bit. Meanwhile, DityaRa still searching for a kill in this mid lane. Not going to be able to get it. And that's going to be the top tower for the Radiant. Getting a lot of space now. DityaRa coming up right behind the tower. Don't Write going to get shackled up off that Nightmare, and he's going to go down almost instantly. DityaRa now going to get caught a little bit behind this, and it looks like he'll be fine with that, as Fervian getting quite low here as well. DityaRa going to tank up a little bit, but not going to be all too worried about that, as he does have 9 armor himself. TP in from Prophet. Trixi coming right in on a Google Me. There's the glimpse back. Doesn't even need that. And it looks like there he's going to get caught in the Static Storm as well. The ultimate from the Prophet here. Google Me. Probably going to go down 1 or 2 more right clicks. Not going to be enough to get the kill though. And they're not going to be able to TP in on him as well. Moonman in the background. It looks like Queen of Pain is going to find a kill over here on Disruptor, as Trixi trying to get the courier. Not going to be able to do so. Doesn't have TP for another 30 seconds either. And Queen of Pain looks like she should be able to blink out very safely here, although the old style is going to show up here. Does have the silence if he wants to spend it. Won't be able to do so before the Quap can blink away, and that's going to be the end of that one. As the Razor is going to pressure out the mid lane alongside Trixi here. And can they really defend this pressure? If they've got all 5 ranged heroes here, all with bonus 22 damage, the Drow does decide to finish up the power treads. And just look at this tower die. Do they even use the active yet on the Precision Aura? I don't believe so. It looks like it's still off cooldown. It looks like 2k Trash might go down to the last Thunder Strike here. 1 more and it will be enough to secure the kill, so he will go down. Meanwhile, they are pinging out on the Bane. They do see a Google Me. He's just going to run over towards the secret shop. Not going to be able to secure the kill. Now Windrunner going to TP in with an Invis rune, but she's quite low. Only at about half HP. Does have a couple bottle charges if she wants to spend it. Not going to be able to do so though, as it will break her Invis. Will now do it behind the tower, and does use a power shot as well. And just look at them barrel through these towers. They've got a fortification. Are they even going to use it? DityaRa, meanwhile, in his jungle, just trying to get whatever he can here. Probably going to consume a creep and look to fight mid, but it's too late. They already get 2 towers, and I imagine if we take a look at the net worth graph, it's just going massively up. And it looks like TA is going to be able to secure Ancients, but DityaRa showing up here as well. Does she have the Mouth Strike? She does in 1 second. Not going to be able to use it, though. DityaRa is going to be able to find a snipe on the TA. Despite that, though, she did get quite a bit from those Ancients. Does manage to finish up the Blink Dagger as well as the full Magic Wand here, so this is going to be a lot of kill potential. Already 5 to 5, 11 minutes in, and just look at that net worth lead for the Radiant now. EXP in the dire favor, but realistically, the Radiant's just going to look to really get a lot out of this. And what is the Drow going to finish? She is going to finish up her Wraith Band, as well as the full wand herself, so going to have a nice little bit of stats here, just giving more and more base damage. 22, probably going to go up to about 26, I believe. Once all said and done, is DityaRa is going to move into the enemy jungle. Could perhaps find the Drow Ranger. Could perhaps find the Courier here. Not going to be able to see it, though. Just barely outside of the Fog of War. And looks like it'll be 31 now. So quite a bit of base damage, as it looks like they may look to go over here on the Razor. And he does have a DD bottle. Then it looks like he's moving into a mechanism. And they are calling out for Roshan here. They do want to take it. DityaRa does see what's going on, though. They do have the Blink Mouth Strike in. And do they know that DityaRa's in here? They don't. They are going to see him now. It seems no. Just the trees being used to help Roshan. Googled me, though. There's the Quap ulti from the outside. Razor going to get gripped, and it looks like he's going to go down. But just look at the right-click damage on a DityaRa there. There's the Kinetic Field Static Storm follow-up. DityaRa's going to run through that, get trapped in it as well. And it looks like they should be able to secure the Roshan on the backside now. They are going to blink up over here on a Google Me. There's the Melt Strike. The wand going to keep him alive a little bit longer. Meanwhile, on the backside, there's going to be a shackle up on a Fervian, as well as Trixi going to get caught in that one. And now the Windrunner going to get caught out here. The blink hit from Treasured Soul. Is it going to be enough to kill Fervian? Deny. There it is, the deny from Trixi. Nyx is showing up here with his ultimate. A huge stun on 3, as well as the mana burn over here on a Trixi. Another shackle, the old style, as well as Don't Right going to be caught out by that one. There's the silence from the Drow, as well as the Frost Arrow. Is it going to be enough? The Quap, meanwhile, in the backside is just going to return home. Not going to be here and staying in the fight. And it looks like it'll be 8-7. Huge team fight here, and actually just barely squeaking out in the way of the Radiant. Templar Assassin is going to DC, but the Radiant is going to take a little bit of a slight lead off that one. The Dire EXP slowly going back in the Radiant's favor. Excuse me. EXP definitely going in the Radiant's favor here, as looks like they're ready to Roshan again. Still at a bit of quarter HP, and with the TA up, as well as this Razor, doesn't grab the buckler, does need the TP here. It's going to be a very easy Roshan. There's the Meld Strike to start things off. Already with quite a bit of negative armor here. Actually, already -6 armor with that Meld Strike. Already at level 3. This TA really dominating the game. Looking for the level 11. Trixi is going to TP in. The Bane is going to show up here as well. Doesn't have the grip this time. They don't have the Quap ulti as well. And it looks like this could be a very lost team fight if they want to continue to go for it. The trees are going to be here. There's the glimpse back onto the Bane. Is going to have to Nightmare himself. Try to buy some time. There's the power shot. Not going to land on anything though. And it looks like this is going to be a very easy Roshan. They've got no way to try and steal it here. The Stomp is going to go down from Roche, but they've got a Sentry Ward on the outside. And looks like the Aegis will be given to the TA now. And we'll just see them barreling down a lane. Probably mid lane. Maybe even could look to pressure Arax here. Maybe going to look to secure these last 2 outer towers. Get a little bit more extra gold here as the old style does pick up an item. What will it be? It will be the Blade of Alacrity. So probably looking for the full Yasha here. Just going ham on the agility and going to be giving her team a nice damage increase. This mid lane. There's the glimpse back. And 2K Trash is going to be caught out. Don't Right. Going to get stunned up here from the Impale. Excuse me, from the Carapace. But not going to be enough to prevent his death, and certainly not going to be enough to perhaps turn around on a Don't Right, even if it was. Has the Aegis, so Trixi just going to rotate into the jungle himself. Is looking to build an Orchid, and that's going to give him a lot of ganking potential in this early game. Going to be a lot of trouble for the Windrunner, as well as the Queen of Pain here, as he does move some Treants over here into the small camp. Bot lane will be a Fiend's Grip over here on the Razor, but I don't think they can kill him. They're going to have to spend both ultis here. They will be able to do so, and now they're 2 ultis down. And this means that perhaps the Radiant could look to pressure out a lane. With no grip, no Quap ulti to help get rid of the creep wave, or an AoE for these heroes, there's no way they can contend with all the single target. Everybody hitting so hard right now. Drawer a 35 damage increase now. Trixi already hitting for about 140. Fervian, he's hitting for about 100 himself. The Clinks is rotating into the jungle. They don't have the true set on them just yet. They do have a sentry, excuse me, nearby. And it looks like DityaRa is going to spot out the old style. And he should be pinging out that something was happening. Did lose his aura briefly there, 36 now. And it looks like DityaRa is going to eat a creep. Not going to be able to find the courier though, as it's not going to fly over that neutral camp. And it looks like they are calling out to push in the bot lane. They don't want to let this one go late game. They know they don't have the late game whatsoever here. As Razor is pinging out, or drawing out, I guess I should say, as he does have the mechanism. Maybe going to look to defend this mid tower, but they should probably just let it go and look to trade for whatever they can bot lane, as it looks like the TA is going to blink up, look for the 16-minute rune, perhaps try to get out at least a little bit from that Fervian. Does TP to the mid lane. Nobody nearby though, and look at these wards from the Dire. They really want to pressure out the mid lane, but they still are unable to do so as Trixi rotates bot lane alongside the old style. They are going to pop the precision aura, and going to be a nice bit of damage for the creeps as well. 45 now it seems is going to be the number, and looks like they are just going to pull this creep wave as well. So Trixi going to make it very easy for his team to look for bot racks here, as they've still got the Aegis and 2.4k on the TA. Not sure what she's going to want to pick up here. As Trixi is going to TP. Looks like top lane they are going to go into DityaRa, who doesn't have any mana left just yet. He's got to be careful. It looks like the old style going to go down though. And now with the Quap, they're just going to look to pressure out this bot lane. They don't have the TPs back, I don't believe. DityaRa with no TP. Treasured Soul with the TP, but they've got to get back right now if they want to look to prevent this from happening. There's the static link as well as the Carapace to go out. Don't Right. Not going to be able to secure the kill off that Meld Strike, but the Razor is going to be able to get it there. Nick's buyback now, and it looks like everybody's coming up from behind. Google Me is going to throw up the smoke, looking for the grip from behind, trying to grip. I imagine this Disruptor prevent it as much as he can. Is going to instead use the Nightmare. There's the stun as well as the grip onto the Razor here, and now it looks like maybe, just maybe, Trixi's going to find himself in a bad position. There's the Trap and Snap over here from Fervian. Not going to be enough. It's going to TP out, and they are going to spend the ultimate and at least kill 3 here. The TA probably going to be going down here again, unless you can blink out. Going to be very difficult, and there it is, perfectly timed over here from the Dire. She's going to go down, doesn't even spend her gold. And does somebody have a Midas here? Is it the Quap? The Quap's got a Midas now, and alright, Trixi doesn't buy back, already respawned now, and he's just going to look to pressure out the top tower here, as that's the only tower remaining now. Drow does have her finished Yasha. Just getting more and more damage now. Really going to be looking for that level 11. Going to give her a massive boost yet again. up to 60 bonus agility. That's very important for this next push that they go for. They probably need to end it before the 30-minute mark, or else that's going to be pretty well it for them. They've almost got the full Aghanim Scepter finished on the Windrunner, and that's a massive issue for them, as the Dire is going to rotate a creep in a Roshan. They know they can't really give that up yet again, and they're going to try and keep eyes on it as much as possible. Meanwhile, there's the TP in from Trixi. Does he have the Orchid just yet? The Glimpse yet again. That seems like it's probably so annoying for Trixi, but it does give him the vision to be able to kill a Google Me here. The Silence as well going to be thrown out here. It is going to push him out of the Static Link, or, excuse me, out of the, wow, the ult from Trixi to secure the kill, but it is going to push him out of the kinetic field here. Too many lightning abilities. As Trixi does find himself an Invis rune here, and is going to pick up his Orchid, and it's going to be the completed Orchid. Bot lane, don't right, has to be a little bit careful. Looks like the gank is going to be called out for him. Does have a Yasha of his own. DityaRa with not that much mana. Does have the Soul Ring, as well as the Intelligence Treads now, and it looks like 2K Trash is rotating on him, but look at this. The Disruptor as well as the Drow Ranger rushing in right now, and it looks like the smoke's going to pop. They need to know something's up. Sentry going to be thrown down. 2K Trash, there's the trap and stop yet again, and look at Don't Right. He's just going to go right on a DityaRa. They're going to be able to catch him out, and that's going to be 2 kills easily. The backside, the Razor's going to show up. They've got the buyback over here from the Clinks, and is it going to be enough? They're really going to need to hold on here. They won't have buyback on the Windrunner, since she did just purchase her Aghanim Scepter, and they've got so many Sentry Wards here. Spotting out this mid lane as Google Me is going to be caught up by the Sentry Ward, and he's going to go down instantly. There it is. Don't Right just going to jump on him. The Melt Strike probably going to be enough. The Shackle Shot going to latch though, and it looks like Don't Right going to be glimpsed back. Meanwhile, it looks like the Windrunner going to be caught over here in the trap from both the Nature's Prophet as well as the Disruptor here, and that's going to be an easy 2 kills for them. Buyback over here from the Clinks. Now they do have the ultimate from the Quap. Could look to get a kill. DityaRa is going to eat a creep now, and it looks like he's going to go down. That's almost certainly going to be a good game well played. There's the Quap ulti going to secure the kill on a Nature's Prophet, but they don't have enough. Treasured Soul showing back up. Looks like he will be able to kill the drone. Now look at this. 2K Trash is going to come in here. Does have the ultimate. Uses the Carapace. Will secure at least another kill himself, but it looks like Trixi with the buyback just going to rotate to secure the tower, and it looks like maybe they're going to TP out. Maybe they're going to look for mid-racks now as Don't Right. Looks like he is calling for it. 40 seconds without the Clinks now. But they're not confident. They just bought back on Trixi. They don't want to do anything too foolishly here. He's just going to move in towards the jungle here. Farm up a little bit. While the Razor himself going to be picking up a Yasha of his own. And seems like it's going to be S&Y gaming for the Radiant. Really getting these early items that are going to beef them up a lot. Give them a lot of push potential as... Not over just yet. The Dire, if they can hold on... Despite spending these buybacks, they can come back. They're going to get the Aghanim Scepter on the Quap, which is very needed here. Going to give them that low cooldown with the ultimate, which means that they can really defend their high ground a lot better. As it looks like the Clinks does manage to find himself mana boots, as well as 1100 gold. Probably going to need to spend that before the next fight on something, anything really. As the completed S&Y now on the TA is going to be picked up. Razor, I imagine, very close to his as well. Does have the Sage as well as 800 gold, so almost has the full S&Y here. He's just going to return home, pick up the Sage. Or excuse me, pick up the Yasha as well as a TP here, and with that mechanism it's just so hard to kill them. They've got huge base armor, now getting a 54 damage increase. Drow does manage to find that level 11 here, and everybody hitting so hard. DityaRa gonna get caught out yet again. There's the instant trap and stop from Fervian, not gonna catch him though, and it looks like, are they gonna be able to find DityaRa? They're gonna place another sentry. He does get seen in the woods here, and there it is, the Orchid. The follow-up Orchid is gonna get caught in the trees now, and DityaRa is gonna go down, and after the buyback, he's gone for 53 seconds. Buyback status for the Dire. Nobody. Only the Razor and the TA have it. And the Radiant doesn't even need it here. As net worth wise, the Radiant leagues ahead, it seems. As top 3 certainly going to be in control by the Radiant here. They don't have a gem though. They won't be able to find this Nyx, as they are just going to throw out the Nightmare. And they will find Google Me yet again. There's the Shackle. Is going to be able to find one. 2K Trash does use the ultimate as well as the Mana Burn there. And it looks like they will be able to just blow him up instantly though. Everybody's dusted, but... It seems like the Dire knows exactly what's going on now. Radiant just going to barrel down, look to take the next barracks, and with 2 racks like this, it looks like maybe the TA even going to be able to get a kill on the Drow Ranger. Does dive quite far though. There's the Focus Fire going to be used. Don't Right, not going to be able to get the kill, and Windrunner as well, not going to be able to get the kill either. As it looks like an absolute stomp by the Radiant. They are going to spend the fortification here. Trixi moving up with a few treants now, and going to try and scout out whatever he can here. Prevent the enemy from getting a nice jump on them. Quap is going to rotate in though. Does have the ultimate now, and they've got to be careful not to group up for that. There's the mechanism going to be thrown out. Shackle not going to latch on anything though, and they do see Treasured Soul in the back. DityaRa is going to eat a creep that he did helm, so he's got a nice 1700 HP, and they are going to get the racks. There's the blink up from Don't Right, and it looks like now DityaRa as well as Treasured Soul going to get silenced. The Static Link over here from the Windrunner, as well as Trixi going to go down. DityaRa trying to do whatever he can. There's the ultimate onto Don't Right. Gonna immediately pop his refractions right after that. There's the shackle onto Don't Right. It looks like Old Style gonna go down here. Meanwhile, the Razor continuing to chase now, and it looks like it's gonna be able to get the last Q out, and it looks like they are going to be able to kill, coming back to 6K. Meanwhile, on the backside, it looks like 2K Trash going to get cut up by Fervian. Going to be able to secure the kill, I believe. Is going to juke that stun, and now Don't Right going to blink up. Going to be able to grab the kill, and DityaRa probably going to buy back to give them that bonus damage, and I don't see why not. There's no way that they've got enough to defend this Rax. They have no Quap ulti. The Bane doesn't really have anything himself, and it looks like they're probably just going to give it up, as losing 2 Rax 23 minutes in. No way you come back from this one. And wow, what a quick game this one was. Shadowblade picked up on the Bane, but probably just a joke item at this point. They're going to get Mega Creeps 23 minutes into the game. It's not often you see that. Rax clickable now after that nice 6.85 bug fix where Rax were very difficult to find. TA with about 5k here. We'll see what she's going to want to buy before the end of the game, as Mechanism is going to be triggered to heal up some of these creeps here, and it looks like the Dire just not going to waste their time. And it looks like that'll be game. So 24 minutes. This is one of the quickest casts I've ever done. And it looks like we're going to be ending out here at 24:09 is going to be our completed time. Maybe 24:10, but what a game that was. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the cast. It was pretty hyped still, and look at this. Some good old European mannerisms. GG, have fun next. They got absolutely stomped, but it's still going to be a good game. And 24:08, not 24:09. And that's a good game, guys. So thanks for watching and taking a look at this game. DityaRa versus Trixi. Trixi going to come out ahead on that Nature's Prophet. And it was a quick one, but it was a good one. Thanks again for watching, guys, and do take care. Hey everyone, thanks for checking out the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to check out some of my other videos. I have my series From Lane to Lane where I just cast some everyday pubs that you guys send me. I also do some more professional pubs like games from Koikva, Miracle, whoever I can get my hands on from Dodobuff. I have a learning series as well, so feel free to check that out. There's some more info in the description as well as some videos linked in the annotations at the end here. Thanks a lot.